Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I was thinking about what to read for you guys, and it's Friday. It's Friday afternoon, and I thought, well, you know what? A lot of people are going out Friday night dating. My channel is more and more just concentrating on love readings and love relationships right now during this period. So I figured I would do a Friday night date night outlook, and this is going to be for fire signs. So we're gonna get, excuse me, we're gonna get right into it. This is going to be for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull out a romance angel card for each of the signs for your night. Tonight, this is for tonight, just a little outlook. And then I'm going to pull out an animal spirit card for your night tonight. And then we'll go ahead and do 3 forecasts for your night tonight. Okay, so we're going to start, we're going to go right into Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with all 3. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoy it. And let's just see what is happening for you guys. All right, Aries, you have love yourself first. Okay, Leo, you have passion. And Sagittarius, you have flirt. Cute. All right, very nice. Perfect cards for a date night, right? In a way, passion and flirt. And also love yourself is good, you know, making sure you have your own self-respect. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And of course, we always, you know, we all, of course, wish to have a high level of self-respect, but sometimes we have to be very intentional about it, right? We can find ourselves in situations that later on we're like, damn, why did I allow that to happen? You know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and pull out your animal spirit, just like we did your romance message for tonight. And I usually do this layout for the weekly readings, but then for those readings, it's just for the signs. So this will then be only for one sign. But I thought it would be nice to do the Friday night, date night outlook with all the elements in one reading. Because a lot of us have, you know, I'm a Sagittarius, but my moon is in Leo, right? So a lot of us have, you know, multiple planets in a particular element. And so this would be a lot better in terms of maybe teasing out how your night tonight might be. And of course, this is for people who are going out tonight, having a date tonight, even if you're having a date at home, you know, but a date, right? You're going to be with somebody, or you're going to go out to find somebody to be with. So there's always that. All right, so we have the B for Aries, element of air. And Leo, you've got the elephant, element of fire. Nice. And Sagittarius, you have the turtle, water. Beautiful. All right, guys. So let's get right into it. Aries, you've got the bee, which is an air sign. And the bee is lovely to be around. It's very sociable. Everybody loves being around the bee. And I think that's how your night's going to be tonight. If you're going out, or you're going to be socializing, you're going to be with friends, or if you're going to be on a date, you're going to be feeling really... You're going to have a lot of energy. You're going to feel really enthusiastic. Some of you may be going on creative dates tonight, where you might be doing something within a group. Bees love to be within a group. So you might be going to a dinner with friends tonight, or you may be going to an event. This is the holiday season ramping up, and everyone's going to all kinds of events and parties. Thanksgiving is starting soon. So I feel for you, Aries, tonight. It's going to be a very sociable night, a very creative night, and it's going to feel very sort of happy and jovial, sort of, and certainly with friends, right? I think you're going to be out and about and amongst a group. Now, the elephant comes in for Leo, and the elephant brings with it wisdom and wealth and abundance. So I think you're going to be having a really nice night tonight when you're going out. Certainly, maybe an evening of a little bit of clarity or understanding coming in. You may be out tonight, or you may be in the house doing a home date with your lover, right? But it's going to be a night that isn't just about flirting and communicating. It's going to get a little deep at some point, but it's going to feel, for some of you, it's going to feel very luxurious. I mean, remember, you do have passion, right? And so the elephant brings with it wisdom, but it brings wealth. So I think for some of you, Leo, tonight you're going to have a very passionate night, a very luxurious night. You may have a date that's really where you're doing something like having a really beautiful meal and then doing something else that kind of gets the juices flowing, as it were. It's just going to feel very, very luxuriant, and I think it's going to be very intimate, all right? Now, Sagittarius, you have a night of flirting, and then you have the turtle energy. And I'm a Sagittarius myself, but I have a moon in Leo. And the turtle is water energy, and the turtle has a really deep level of emotional understanding and strength, right? And so tonight may be very... I'm going to say you're probably going to have one of these nights. You're going to be flirting. And I'm going to call it that it'll be a lot like this Sagittarius, where you're going out tonight. You may be talking to people and they're really confiding in you. You know what I mean? You're flirting and you meet someone and suddenly they're telling you something, or they may say to you, I just find it really incredible speaking to you, or, they're going to compliment you on your confidence and your depth, right? Perhaps. But more than anything, I think you're going to have an evening where you may be going out flirting, you may be out and about in a social way, but someone is going to be perhaps attracted to you and really want to talk deeply about themselves to you, right? I don't know that it will be a turn off necessarily if they talk too much, but it's going to be a feeling of people really kind of wanting to confide in you tonight. And that you're just having a very deep effect on people. While you're generally having a jovial time, you're just pretty much being yourself, Sagittarius, right? I'm not saying that you're getting deep with people, although you may. I say this because turtles are also the great storytellers, and they collect stories, right? And so I feel in this way that the message is certainly that you're going to be listening to stories or hearing stories in some way. Now, some of you may indeed be going to the theater, right? Or going to the movies, right? Or doing something of that nature as well. But this is just a little this is just meant to be a little fun reading just to see what you might be getting into tonight. And of course, if you resonate with that, then, the idea is that you're doing what you should be doing, and it should be a very nice night. It should turn out very nice, okay? I don't feel any arguments or any fallouts happening, and if I did, I would tell you that. All right, guys, we are going to first do a spread, 3-card spread for Aries, then we're going to do a 3-card spread for Leo, and then we will do a 3-card spread for Sagittarius. All right, guys? I'm going to give it one more. All right, Aries, you're up first. So, Justice is you. Met with 4 of Cups. Turns out 8 of Cups. Ooh, Aries. Well, I have to call it like I see it. The first card is how you come in. The second card is what you're met with. And the third card is how your night turns out, right? So Justice comes in trying to be very fair. I think for some of you, Aries, this is why Love Yourself First has come up. Some of you are going to be going out with somebody tonight, and I think you're going to be feeling like you want to make amends with them, or you want to redress an issue, or you want to rebalance yourself. You're coming in to the night feeling very sort of, taking the high ground. You're feeling very sort of, how shall I say it? Even keel, right? You're feeling level-headed. You want to, because Justice is all about balance and understanding coming in, right? And so you're coming in with a feeling of wanting to fix something or wanting to address something with somebody. It could be a friend, right? This doesn't have to be necessarily a love connection, and a heavy love connection situation. This could be with a friend, or this could be with a date. But you're just kind of coming in being sort of really, trying to be very fair, right? And open-minded, and have a fair sort of communication with someone about something. Remember, the bee is also associated with democratic beliefs, and the bee really does resonate with the energy of wanting to hear everybody's sort of side of a story, right? But what you get met with is a Four of Cups, and you get met with somebody who's just unwilling to communicate. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to try. They don't want to reconcile. They don't want to, they're just being an asshole about it. And you decide to just fuck off. Eight of Cups says you decide, well, it's enough. I tried my best. I'm done with them. And you love yourself first, because this person resonates to me. It feels like this person is just very stubborn and pig-headed, and you've been trying to work with them for quite some time, and you try one more time tonight, and then it is well and truly over. All right, we're going to do the next one. It's going to be Leo. Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, and Seven of Swords. All right. So you come into the night, Leo. Remember, you've got passion and elephant. For some of you, still going to have a passionate, luxurious night, right? But it's going to be a night where you have an Ace of Wands. You come in, and it really feels, again, like a victory. Some of you may be having a date with somebody where you feel really kind of like it's taken a long time to get this date. You may have been working away at trying to get this date, or you may have been, you may have perhaps had feelings for this person, or had a crush or whatever. And now you're finally out with them, and it feels very much like, oh, wow, this is a victory. I knew this was going to happen. I feel so good about it. You feel, your mind is feeling very sort of confident. You feel on top, right? Ace of Swords also talks about information that can come in, or a new way of thinking about things that can come in, that really opens up your mind and opens up the possibilities. And it's just a very expansive way of looking at the world, right? Ace of Swords, of course, is associated with the mental and communication. It can indicate a new avenue of communication with somebody as well, where you have a breakthrough, perhaps where before you couldn't communicate with them. Suddenly you have a breakthrough with them, and it feels like a real victory, right? And so this happens, I think, with whatever date you may be on, or whatever you're doing tonight with someone. And you're met with a Four of Swords, which is quite interesting. I'm going to say for you guys, you may come up with a special idea with your person. You guys decide to do something, and you really are met with this kind of feeling of strategy coming in. And I think your person is very much going to be a little bit cagey with you about it. They're going to be perhaps... I want to say this Four of Swords, they're being very strategic about the way they're speaking to you. I want to say that for you, it feels as though you're having this really open and new, fresh communication. Four of Swords is not a toxic energy, but I feel here that this person is just being very sort of, I don't know that they're being nefarious or manipulating you, but I feel like they're being very, very strategic about what they're saying to you, right? They're thinking ahead. And the reason why I say this, that I have more of a feeling of not so much that they're trying to manipulate you, but that they're not being exactly 100% honest with you, is because your night turns out with a Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is treachery. It's the thief and a hare. Seven of Swords is a very strange kind of toxic energy. Seven of Swords are people who, they desire things very, very strongly, but they're not willing to work for them. They want to take them. And of course, treachery is people who stab you in the back and steal your dreams, steal things. The most grotesque example of that is a thief, right? And so a lot of times people associate Seven of Swords with somebody who's going to try to take something from you. But that's a gross oversimplification. More or less, you're dealing with a person who just is lazy and unwilling to work for certain things. And a lot of times, the dreams or the things that they want are what you have. It isn't just that they want something in particular and they go take it. This person always seems to want what somebody else has, right? I call this card the Great Dream Thief. And so it's a kind of weird toxic energy that's very selfish and self-centered. And I think that the person you may be dealing with, Leo, their demeanor, personality, character may indeed be that type of person. They may be a little bit manipulative and selfish. Not because they purposely want to hurt you, but because they are a little bit toxic and maybe just a little bit dysfunctional. All right? I mean, hey, what can I say? That's the message, you know? Trust me, I've been there. All right, this is going to be Sagittarius now. And Sagittarius, you come out with 7 of Wands, 3 of Swords, and the World. All right? Well, Sagittarius, you have flirt. And remember, I said somebody's going to be confiding in you. You're coming into this night with a 7 of Pentacles in a sense of where you're really taking stock. You know, you're taking stock of a particular situation and your options, right? And I think you're kind of trying to decide, like, you know, where do I go? Which one do I want? You know, you're flirting. You want to flirt, you know, and 7 of Pentacles talks about rewards beginning to come in and you kind of reevaluating those rewards and deciding, is this really worth my effort? Is this what I wanted for all the hard work I put in? And so I translate that into you really coming in tonight and really trying to decide, well, what is it that I want? You know, you may be flirting with a lot of different people. You may be like, oh, do I like him? Nah. Do I like him? You know, you're sizing people up tonight, you know, and then you're met with this 3 of Swords energy, which is kind of third-party energy. And I want to say that I feel like you can't really decide, you know. I feel like you are perhaps in a space where you're willing to kind of have your cake and eat it too. I don't feel like you are the victim of a 3-party energy thing, because that would be more like a relationship reading. I'm talking about a date night. This is like a date reading. So I just feel like this energy coming in, this 3 of Swords, is kind of like you're willing to sort of, I want to say you're willing to sort of play the field and play with fire. And there could also be someone that you're dealing with who is also playing the field and playing with fire. Do you see what I'm saying? You may be out and about. You may be flirting with somebody. You know you really shouldn't be flirting with them, and they know they really shouldn't be flirting with you either. You know what I mean? Only in a way that there's some other issue there besides, you know, you guys aren't in a relationship with each other necessarily, right? You're not, but it's like you're both kind of playing with fire, you know. And what ends up, your night ends up with the World, and it's like, really, you have your choice of what you want to do. It's really up to you. You know, the World card talks about everything really coming into your favor and you really being where you want to be. And let me tell you something, when I'm talking about a date reading, this is not about relationships. This would be toxic in a relationship. I'm talking about dating. And when you're dating and you're single, there's no rules. There's no rules, you know, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do as long as you don't hurt people, right? As long as you don't lie to people or mislead people. But oftentimes when you're single and you're dating, it's yourself that you're misleading. You know, you're not tied down to anyone. Unless you're lying to somebody to get, you know, to get them to date you, that's not, you know, that would be completely different. Then you would be very dysfunctional. I'm talking about healthy dating, and healthy dating means you do size people up. And healthy dating means maybe you sleep with one person and you decide, it's not my cup of tea, and you move on. You know, you move on, and we're adults, right? This is for grown-ups. Date night is for grown-ups. So, and date night does not necessarily mean that you have to get married the next morning or that this is about relationships. So I just want to clarify this, but this is it. Sagittarius, you got a wacky little night ahead, and there's a lot ahead. I'm going to say there's going to be a lot of head games tonight, a lot of thinking, but again, you're the turtle, and you're the most emotionally sort of, I'm going to say, strong, right? Individual. You know, you're one of these people, Sagittarius, certainly one of these people who's very emotionally strong. You know, temperance is your card. And so this is playground shit for you, right? But just take care. just take care and see where you go. All right, guys, this is your Friday night date night outlook for fire signs. Let me know what you think. Do you like this reading? Do you want me to continue doing these readings? This is the first one I've done. I'm going to upload it, and depending, I got to upload the other signs as well before everybody goes out tonight. But hopefully, if you like it, please subscribe, like the video, leave me a comment, share it on your social media platforms. And don't forget to come back and check out my weekly readings and my monthly readings, my full moon readings, and my new moon readings. All right, guys. Love you so much. Have a great Friday night date night. Bye.